the general public, the non-Muslim public, and our neighbors in the community. If you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're locally here. When you speak about our neighbors, we're part of what do you call it? The religious engagement. I don't know why that crazy stuff slipped your mind.
Interfaith.
Interfaith. Yes, but some people call it have interfaith, and there's a difference. Interreligious. This pandemic has thrown me off. Yeah, interreligious, interfaith, SWIFT, which is something that's has just opened up a door of amazing community. We've done book sharing where we read books selected by members from our congregation, and then we read books from a Jewish congregation, and then books from a Christian congregation. And we have, I believe the meetings are monthly. And before the pandemic, we met regular. My wife, she was always the one that went there to represent the Mosque Cares, along with Sister Aisha, Elamine, and Imam Nafis. I believe sometimes he will go. But we will have these interreligious gatherings where we would feed the public and make food. We would invite volunteers on and try to see how many meals. I don't have the numbers, the figures in front of me, but we fed many people, along with Amir Hassan, is his name? Amir Zamir, and the Hunger Van. And when Zamir stepped on the scene, now see, a lot of people don't realize this. We're small or ministry, but we're pretty tech savvy. So people, we were going to rent hotel, like, oh, you all are that large group. Like, we ain't that large, but we kind of internet, we like this brother, he following. Now, don't forget, we paved that road, brother. We paved that road. Big things, but I see y'all really shooting higher than we ever imagined we could go, because you already there, you did it. Like I said, you all are what I consider the healthy nervous system that our community needs right now more than anything. So, man, it's nuts. See, I lost my time thinking about my brother and how he done shot. He just took the ball and ran, man. So, alhamdulillah. Yeah, where was I at? I always lose my the Hunger Van. Yeah, Zamir, the Hunger Van. And now you watch TV, everybody's trying to feed the poor. There's a campaign right now, I heard on WNPR, to try to end poverty. But it started with small groups of people, and you believe it or not, wasn't nobody talking like this until I heard the brother that used to own the Saeed restaurant. He may have passed. Saeed Sr., where his son, Saeed Jr., and along with his sister, I can't think of her name right offhand. She had a bus that she converted into a food, like a grocery store. And Saeed, and see, we die hard. Muslim, now I heard of the movie Die Hard, but Muslims from the Nation of Islam, from the leadership of Imam W.D. Muhammad, like you mentioned Dr. Lynn earlier, what happened when our school closed? She opened one in her garage. Come on now. And sister, when Salam restaurant closed, not the Salam restaurant, the Saeed's grocery store, his daughter got a bus. And now you see, this is the thing. It doesn't matter who gets the credit. If Allah inspires you to do good, you give that good back to the world, and the world would be better off for it, and you'll get your reward. It's already with Allah. Your reward is already recorded. So that's the way we see that, is that you never give up. You never give up. Yeah. So the first Sunday, yeah, Saeed's restaurant. What was that? Where was that? Yeah, the initiative. So the first Sunday, I think we stopped at that. That's the last question. The first Sunday is really all about our sharing. We got Swift, and now this is something I'm really proud of. See, y'all put me on the spot, because you can't walk around with an inflated head, trying to get in car doors and walking in buildings and all that. So I kind of dismiss a lot of that stuff. My father is responsible for that. And I mentioned my father's name when we had the iftar, I think it was in 2010, at the White House with President Barack Obama, and the acting president at the time. And I'm sitting at the dinner table, and I mentioned my father's name. I said, but I can't do this without mentioning my father, and he's like, well, you have your own legacy and you have this and that. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's all good, but I'm not ambitious, I'm just looking like I'm doing what any good son would do, So, and the same thing happened with Religions for Peace USA, Bill Finley they meet at he's the, not USA, Religions for Peace. There's two organizations, but there's a shoot off. Religion, it's a part of it, Religions for Peace USA. So my father served as an executive president there. And he also did travel to the United Nations and around the world. He went on their events with the G8 summit and all of that. Now I sat in his seat, but I wasn't up there. I didn't travel with Vinley. But I was blessed to attend many major world programs, and I met people. I went on a retreat in the Catskill Mountains where we stayed in one of those geothermal homes that's heated by the heat of the earth and everything. I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner with Buddhists, Christian, different Christian denomination, Jewish, and we got to know each other. We really got to know each other, and that's one of my main highlights. And I did attend last year, past couple of years, with Brian Zackham. He was from Bay Yehuda, Washanam, and out in the suburbs when I met him. Now he's in Minnesota. He's been in Minnesota for a while now, but he is our connection with the world. What is it? The Parliament of the World's, not the Parliament of, the Parliament of the World's Religions. Now that was exciting. That was really exciting in Canada, where we met Native American tribes, all kind of they even had a Wiccan religious group there. This is the Parliament of the World's Religion, so every religion you could imagine was there. But the beauty of it was the spirituality, that all the human soul truly is one. That no matter what prayers we attended, that you could feel the sincerity and you could feel the presence of God, the Lord and cherisher of the heavens and the earth. You could feel that God's mercy and blessing, and that was with those people that were there. And so, and I had conversations with people, and it opened my mind up. I was a kid that if I saw something strange or young, just like most kids in grammar school, I think about the stuff, everything made us laugh. And so I'm like, some of these religions, I owe them an apology. and that's how I felt. It was an opportunity for me to apologize for my youthful ignorance, because most of the religions that we see as different are way more like and align with our religions than you would ever imagine. And these people are giants. They're giants walking the earth. And they're God's people, and that's the way I see it. And I feel blessed that, and they called me something. I had to look, I lost my witness. I pulled out my phone. If I didn't have my phone, I had to look in the dictionary. They called me trustee emeritus. I'm probably mispronouncing it. So emeritus.
I was going to say emeritus. You got it, Mr. President.
I'm gonna wait till ain't nobody looking. I was like, oh, thank you. do this mean I get in free? Nah, but it's just amazing. Imam Muhammad made a lot of friends. He made a lot of friends, and people sincerely loved him. And that's what they expressed to me most. Not that they respected the seat I was in, or not that my father was this great leader, or not that he was their friend. They expressed to me their genuine loss of a friend. Yeah. And that's what I got from everywhere. And I get it all the time, everywhere I go. That's another reason people, jealousy travels. A lot of people be like, why they smiling at this Negro? I don't even like him. They know my father. They loved him. And I look like him. I represent him. So they love us. And that's why, as a people, if we come together and we support young brothers and sisters like yourself, we all gonna look good. And people wherever we go will all smile on us and be pleased and happy that they know us and feel comfort and safety when they know that we're present. And that's what being a family is really all about, Yeah, so I know I'm straight, so yeah. Am I still there? Oh, other groups, even the ones in Saudi Arabia, we have an excellent relationship. I joined a very, now see, this is why I don't like, this is, y'all witness this. I almost forget about probably the biggest interfaith thing that I've ever done in my life was we established with his father, may Allah be pleased with him, his deceased father, Brother Hafid, and we traveled on a regular basis for 11 years to have group meetings and council meetings to form this new organization called U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations, or in short, USCMO, which is an organization of major Muslim organizations that have multi-chapters all around the country. That was the qualification. So we are 11 founding fathers of this organization. I don't know if we use that language. We founding members. We're founding organizations. Yeah, see. So I got a lot going on. Y'all got to forgive me. So, but this organization has grown to do many, many great things. And I really feel proud that we stuck with it, and that we, we're always there at the table whenever time to vote, and we continue to participate, and we continue to vote on major decisions. And now we've grown to even include grassroots. We have many shura bodies from coast to coast that are part of this organization. And yeah, I'm really proud of that. They were also our guests at our annual event. So if you want to know more about them, you can Google them and Google us and look us up and see what's being done to serve our communities. Our hope is to serve like an intelligentsia, like that intelligentsia that Imam Muhammad mentioned, to look after the needs and to be the big brother with the strength and the power to make a difference and to provide help where help is needed. Inshallah.
Excellent, inshallah. What impacts does the mosque here tend to make in the Muslim community from the short term now and in the long term?
New Africa, baby. New Africa. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. New Africa. New Africa. That's what the nation was all about. New Africa. We did it in the 70s. Why can't we do it right now? We're new people. People love our food. People love our music. People love our spirituality. People love our intellect, our creativity. Why we can't showcase it? People love our business savvy, our ability to sell bean pies on any corner you drop them on. You can blindfold this brother, he can sell a bean pie. No problem. And it's gonna taste good. New Africa, New Africa. Come on, y'all. New Africa, what's up?
So with that said, right, we all want to see New Africa. And so from the Mosque Cares perspective, what do you all need to realize that vision of New Africa?
We need it to be education. We see, if a person ain't never had something, then how can you convince them that this is something that they need? See, we knew we needed what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad offered, because people still asking for it. Say, we miss seeing y'all on the corner. Y'all used to be so clean, so neat. The sisters felt safe. Like y'all wasn't afraid of nothing. Y'all didn't even back down from the police. I'm like, so we need y'all. Well, people don't know they need New Africa because, and for one, it's not all our fault. Because slavery played a major role in disconnecting us from a self-interest, because it took us out of the human family and made us something different. So when we came into the world as free people, we saw because we were put down lower than the low. I don't have to go through the whole story. So we saw all human beings as being our brothers and sisters. And God genetically, when he created the first black man, probably the first albino was created. So a black man and a black woman can give birth to what looks like a white child. So black people don't discriminate. So when we were enslaved, it was easy for our mothers to give the same love to the Caucasian children as that she gave to her own children, you see? So what we as a people don't realize is that we have to take a step back. It's not that we're trying to take a step forward. We have to take a step back and see ourselves as important. And as, although we don't look black, white, red, brown, yellow, we don't look like that. We are the world, but we still have contributions to give because we are new people that God put as a sign to the rest of the world that our identities are not the true identity. The true identity of a person is not his ethnic background, his religious background, it's his humanity. Is that we are the human family. And if you can look at this platform right here, we look like I got relatives, you can line them up. If I didn't tell you, I could tell you they from different parts of the world and you would have to take my word for it because they look just like those people. So, and that's in my immediate family. So we still need to perform as a family and to love as a family and to express as a family. There's certain things that I learned from my mother and father that the neighbors next door, they're not going to be able to share it with you. They got to call Muhammad. They got to say, hey, Muhammad, come over here, man, show us that thing you got, or what's that taco you made yesterday or whatever, that burrito or whatever. We want to check that out. What you call that? And so we need to express ourselves. And hey, I heard you, I hear your wife singing all the time. What she do? What's that language she speak? Oh, that's the Quran. We like to recite the Quran. It's like singing, but it's more like prayer. It's really literally prayer. They say, so your singing is your prayer. That's like the church. We sing and our singing is our prayer. So it's all good, man. It's like New Africa. The potential is so high. It's like we want people to come to be able to say, hey, how come there's no New Africa in my town? We want to see wherever there's African-American people, there's a place where we can go and sit down in a restaurant, and that where our sisters can go in the grocery store and shop and know that ain't nobody going to be bothering them, And nowadays, our sisters got the wrong idea, a lot of them. I go to the grocery store and I'll be like, well, dang. I used to tell my son to stay in the car, and now I got to I tell myself I'm sending my son in there. I don't, I'm like, I'm trying to find some cheese or local bread. I'm like, I'm not trying to see I mean, it's bad. It's bad. But that's a shame that our sisters have to do that because now they're not competing with their nature to see what will win me a good man that can be a husband and provider someday. But now they're competing with Hollywood. You can't compete with Hollywood. You can't compete with Hollywood. The brothers, same thing. You can't compete with Hollywood. He gonna have you look. That's why I told my son, he came in the house one day and I told him, I said, now I like your hairdo. It's nice. I like your hairstyle. I did one of these notes. I was like, I'm sure it's luxurious, it's nice, it's all this and that and everything. I said, but son, beware that it could be a fad. Oh, I can't even say what I said to him. Well, I can hint at it. I can hint it. I said, you don't know what that style is going to be 10 years down the road. It might say you somebody that you might not want to be identified with right now. That might not be your identity. So you got to be careful. You have to be proud of who you are. You don't let your environment dictate to you who you are. You dictate to your environment who you are, and that maybe they might want to try what you're offering. They might want to try your culture. Because I remember as a child, we were trendsetters. We made the culture. Remember everybody was wearing baggy pants. Remember TLC with the farmer suits and all? That was Imam Muhammad. They wore head rags. Imam Muhammad was a welder. It was easy for him to put a head rag on. That's what he did to keep the iron rust out of his hair, So when he had Craig do it, Craig did it. Next thing you know, you seeing all these brothers, they ain't in bow ties no more. They in farmer suits. There's a new mind. There's a new mind in African-American community that we not acting the role of businessmen. We are businessmen. We're getting food from our farms, and we're taking those foods and we're selling them in our communities and bringing healthy food that's much needed in our community. So trendsetters, man, trendsetters. And we have to be brave enough, and our young people have to be brave enough, no matter what the climate in our communities has brought us. You know, I said this a long time ago. I said we have to be careful. When right after 9/11, I told the Muslims, I said we have to be careful and we have to protect our good names, because the public and society can turn your good name into a curse word. You'll hear your name and feel pride and feel joy and peace. Somebody else will hear your name, or you hear it coming from them, and you know that it's something that's not respected, you know. And I think I was speaking to an organ. I was speaking truth. I was speaking truth, and God blessed me to have a close relationship and friendship with people from the Jewish faith. I said, I don't know no Jews. And nobody has ever approached me. Now, I'm sure I knew Jews, but nobody's ever approached me and said, I'm a Jew. You know, hey, here I am, you know. So, but I knew that if I put that out there, I said, so I don't care what people say. I don't have any bad or negative opinion. I know that people of the book, that's Allah said, they believers like I am. So they're my brothers and sisters as far as I'm concerned. So God blessed me to do interfaith and to form some pretty personal relationships. So while I travel with people of and I can say I know Jews and I know they're people just like us. And there's no reason why they should carry those stigmas. So I'm real careful about prejudice and becoming prejudiced for any reason, you know.
Yes.
You know, but Hollywood. We got to be careful and not let Hollywood become our reality, because it's just entertainment. It's theater, it's good theater, and it's entertainment. And so we have to provide communities that look after the young people, like New Africa, like a community with campuses. We had a campus. And if you look at immigrant Muslims, when they come in our community, first thing they do, you think they just build a masjid, they want to go there and pray. No. Prophet Muhammad was a universal prophet. He didn't just want to pray. He wanted to live the full life that God instructed him to live as a human being. So you'll find they buying up all of the businesses in their community. They buying up all of the land in their community, and they putting housing near the community. They put a school near the campus. So they had a camp. Same thing we had in most of our communities, but people won't let you know that. Under the Elijah Muhammad, Imam Muhammad inherited debt. Imam Muhammad got a lot of those places out of debt and got those deeds in the hands and got ownership. I remember in the community, the neighborhood that I lived in, my barber was here earlier. He was telling me how, yeah, so-and-so, he used to live across the street from so-and-so. How 40 houses in the community that I lived in, these are middle class houses. These are duplexes, you know, these are nice little houses, that 40 of them was people that worked at the masjid on Stony Island when Imam Muhammad inherited, and most people did not have the deeds to their houses. They weren't paying them. I'm like, you got a free house and you're not paying. The houses were free, but they weren't paying their taxes, so they owed money. So it broke my heart to hear that people were losing houses, losing things. And same thing with the masjids. Imam Muhammad, he wasn't just a traveling imam. He was traveling to save those communities that he saw people that were close to his father, close to his family, live to old age and achieve great things that we could only imagine and dream, die and pass away. So their life is in those properties. So Imam Muhammad, he was traveling, he was saving them. Because Imam Muhammad, more so than the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I believe, I truly believe this, and I believe they look at the records, they'll say it, more so than Malcolm X, Imam Muhammad drew crowds. Imam Muhammad drew crowds. It wasn't until he stopped that fourth Sunday hookup. He used to have 4,000 people there in the early 80s at the fourth Sunday hookup. But he stopped translating, which your daddy loved. My friend, my brother, he loved those fourth Sunday hookups in that era that we went through in the early 70s, where Imam Muhammad was really translating, giving religious science. You know, he was translating the Bible. That's what he was really doing. He was giving insights on the Bible, which I haven't seen a person that could match his insight on the Bible even today. So that's why his tapes are still very, very valuable. And we have tons and tons of them that we trying to get from magnetic tape. And that's the other thing I do. My, I'm self-fed. So my bread and butter was WD, and still is WDM Publications, the intellectual property of Imam W.D. Muhammad. And so a lot of his intellectual property is on these magnetic tapes. And you can't even get one of those recorders that's made for that under $1,000, and many of them $4 or $5,000. You can't really, that's like technology that's going away. And so, but we still have to get those archives. Ultimately, what WDM Publications, I know you didn't ask me about the publication, but this is in a nutshell. What we
have to do a part two. We have to do a part two.
What we hope to do is, have you ever seen a book die because of a new trend or technology? We want everything Imam did in book form, and that's what we've been working on. And I this is what I like to brag about, because it's mostly because of the hands of my wife and her ability to type and dictate. Her only auntie was a stenographer, whatever, a court reporter. I don't know, court reporter. So typing is just in her blood. 13 books, 12 books, because we did number 13, right? It's after she passed. Yeah, 12 books, which is more than his 33 years and his paid staff over those 33 years produced. I mean, we are probably produced maybe double or triple amount of all. Well, if you look back, there's somebody right now trying to see how many books was produced, but I don't think you can find 13. I don't think you can. Yeah. So that was our aim, and we're pleased, thankful to Allah. Without Allah's help, we wouldn't have been able to do it. That is our aim, and that is our intention to the future, so long as I have breath in my body. Inshallah.
Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. What a journey.
This is my day job, brother. This is my day job. This ain't no hobby. This ain't no side job. I'll fight you over this.
Yes, sir.
Don't believe me? Bring the glove. Bring the gloves.
We in it to win it, as we say. We definitely.
I know it. You my man. You my man. I got you. I got you. I got you. You my man. This brother used to hustle harder than any of the old heads, and it was handed to them. It was, Imam said that if y'all want anything, just ask my son. That he'll make you copies free of charge, whatever you need, And but I told him the money is even better. People give you stuff free. My mother termed this when I was real young. I wish she hadn't said it to me, because it kind of corrupted me. I mean, I'm not corrupt, but in a sense, she told me, she was like, your dad, people give you money for nothing. Why don't you sell the tapes? They said, money for nothing, sell the tape. And it's not for nothing. They give you money, they donate to your ministry to hear you teach. But I forgot how my mother said it. She said it something. It was almost that bad. And so I was like, yeah, let's sell the tapes. And and the rest is history. Yeah. And so I fed my family. I bought the first home we lived in, sold it, and bought another house and everything else, every car I've ever driven, and paid debts, every credit card and debt, and so I shared it. I gave 30% of my profit with whomever wanted to join, and a lot of people made money. You made a little bit, you made a little change, and you was on the good end. I should have came down there and helped you. When you hollered, I should have listened. I apologize. I should have, because the money is down. I know what where the money is.
Yes,
he know. We're gonna get it back, right? We're gonna get back on track.
That's what we on New Freedom Prosperity. Prosperity is the destination.
Yeah.
And New Africa.
Know where the money is.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. I apologize. I'm having fun.
No,
it's good to see my relief coming in. You ever see the athlete that play real hard? Michael Jordan slammed dunk, then he know the game is this the last quarter and the last. You're
trying to pull us off the bench.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to sit down.
You're trying to get on the bench and pull us off.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to leave the stadium. Talking about bench. I need a nap. Yeah, all right. Y'all doing excellent work. I appreciate y'all. Alhamdulillah. That's from the bottom of my heart. That's real. And it's still beating. It's real.
That's right.
It's still here. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you just witnessed is beyond words could put in a sentence, but we were thankful to have our dear Imam Awarthi Muhammad II, president of the Mosque here, Imam Dodi Muhammad, speaking more than just the past generation, as he mentioned, his father and grandfather, but those who came even before them. Our community, as we know, comes up from slavery and it is beyond that, right? And so as we're here in this new time, this new day, Allah has given us another opportunity to move forward together. And we're just happy to be a part of this next stage of our development. We'll do a quick round of closing remarks as we bring us to a yield. I don't know if everyone heard that video. That was the tribute video to the Muslim Journal, 60 Years of Independent Islamic Media. So maybe we can play that again at the end if it didn't came in clear on the first time, inshallah. We'll start off with Imam Bilal.
Alhamdulillah, I mean, very grateful to Allah to have this program here with the Mosqueers and to be able to interview the president of the Mosqueers, Imam Awarthi Muhammad II. I mean, I think today just was a crucial information that was shared to the believers here and to those who are watching online and those who will watch the replay later on, that we're standing on the works of those who came before us. Here we have a son of our leader who's continuing the legacy of his father, and this is part of the tradition of the Prophet of Al-Islam, is that when a believer's servant dies, returns back to Allah, that one couple things that's left. One is the continuous charity or the sadaqah that continues to evolve, it continues to benefit the community, but also the children who continue to work and pray for their parents, after they have gone from the physical earth. So this is the prime example of that what we witnessed today and what we continue to witness. And we hope and pray for the success of the Mosqueers, but we also heard that we have to come off the bench and start to play in the game, in a sense, which we have been. But obviously the torch is being passed to us as young adults, and we are in position here at New Freedom Exchange and New Freedom Network to, inshallah, New Freedom Works. All that we're doing is to get the young adults more involved and tap in to some of these opportunities to get involved.
Absolutely. And so I piggyback those sentiments that we are grateful for the interview today, for the opportunity to learn about the Mosqueers and what you all do. But also to give a call to action. Anyone who watches our show knows that I always come at the end with sort of like I challenge you to do this. And so in true Sister Marsha form, I challenge our community to get involved, especially our young adults. You've heard today here all the initiatives that the Mosqueers has. You've heard what the Mosqueers sees for the future, and it hasn't changed, and it's always been New Africa, baby, as the Imam stated earlier. And so we have some work to do, and it's enough work for everyone to get involved, to give creative ideas and creative solutions. I say all the time that we do this type of work for our employer every single day. And those skills that we learn and those skills that we put into practice on our jobs could absolutely benefit our community to push us and catapult us forward. And so I charge you to think about where your skill set lies, where your experience lies, and how you could take that to push your local community forward, push the national community forward, and be a benefit to the Mosqueers, be a benefit to, the school system, the Clyde Muhammad school system, everything that we do. We have some work to do to get to New Africa. I would love to see it. And so let's go.
Alhamdulillah.
Until next time, this is New Freedom Exchange. Peace.
Alaikum salam.
Alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah. So we
Okay,
still here.
Assalamu alaikum, Imam Mujahideen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you end your live?
I'm about to end it now. I don't know if the video was able to play.
Legacy, legacy, brothers and sisters, let's celebrate. Legacy, legacy, Muslim Journal, 60 years today. Legacy, legacy, our history, our perspective, our way. Legacy, legacy, Islam is our path, success away. Legacy, legacy, visit muslimjournal.net online. Legacy, legacy, text sponsor the 999. Legacy, legacy, 999, legacy, legacy, muslimjournal.net online. Legacy, legacy, brothers and sisters, let's celebrate. Legacy, legacy, Muslim Journal, 60 years today. Legacy, legacy, our history, our perspective, our way. Legacy, legacy, Islam is our path, success away. Legacy, legacy, visit muslimjournal.net online. Legacy, legacy, text sponsor the 999. Legacy, legacy, 999, legacy, legacy, muslimjournal.net online.